Hi, I'm Paul Wilson, creator of the Body Swing and the director of the Paul Wilson Golf School at Bears Best Las Vegas. Here's another great backswing tip that's going to help you load your weight properly. So what I want you to do with this tip is bring out your phone next time you're at the range, pull up this tip, and I'm going to show you exactly how to load your weight. Hopefully you enjoy this tip. If so, give me a thumbs up. Click on the red button to subscribe to my channel, then click on the bell so you're notified when I post new tips. And please tell all your friends about my tips. You know, there's a lot of other people out there that need help too. So loading your weight properly in your golf swing is a very important part of it because that is going to give us a lot of power in our swing. Well, a lot of the times I see people doing what's called a reverse weight shift, or I see them swaying onto the outside of the foot. So this tip is going to help you load the weight properly as you do your swing. Once you get that feeling, then you're going to apply it to your shots. So I'm going to be looking at my shadow here to allow me to load the weight properly. All right, so it's just an easy way to get this. You know, in learning different moves in your golf swing, there's certain feelings associated with them. So if you're not out here, you know, videoing your swing on a regular basis, how do you know if you're doing the moves or not? All right, well, why not just turn and face your shadow for a few minutes, get the feeling, and then apply it to your shot. All right, that way we are then, you know, repeating the new moves over and over and over again. You know, and like I said, it doesn't take long to make changes, but you got to have the right feelings to then put them into your swings so that they become part of your swing. All right, so what we're going to look for here is a reverse pivot. Okay, a lot of people do a reverse pivot, meaning the weight is shifting to the wrong leg at the wrong time. Tons of people do this, so this is a big one. So what that means is if we do our setup and we're 50-50 here, when we go back, if we were doing a reverse pivot, the weight would be 80% and 20% or more. You might even be 90% over here. So now if you do the reverse, you would then come down doing the reverse. So you're going to hang back on the back foot, you know, with very little weight on your forward foot. So your swing is kind of going too much sideways instead of coiling and loading and then uncoiling, you know, as we get off of this foot or get into the forward foot here. We're going to use that to help us uncoil. All right, so that would be a reverse pivot. It's the opposite to what you should be doing. Now, we've also got a sway, okay? And I see tons of people do this too. You know, they go back like this and then totally lose the footing on their back foot right here. So they sway like that, all right? So, like I said, this is a real easy way that you can be checking it, but more importantly, you're doing it to get the feeling of the proper weight shift to then apply it to your shots. All right, so you're going to turn, face your shadow. Sometimes the shadow will be here. Sometimes it'll be on a slight angle. In this case, it's over here. So I'm going to put my hat on. I'm going to show you what I would be looking for. I get the feeling, and then I would turn, apply the feeling to my shots. If I lose the feeling, I then go and take another look. Get the feeling back, apply it to my shots. All right, and you just keep doing that over and over and over and over until it's part of your swing. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to take a look at my shadow. All right, so what we're going to do first is we need to really face our shadow. All right, so we're not tilted this way. We're not tilted this way. Okay, we are directly in line with our shadow. Now, in order to shift our weight properly, what we're going to do is as we coil up, we're going to allow our head to move a little bit so that we can get the weight favoring our back leg. Okay, I don't want you to keep your head dead still. If your head is dead still, then you will most likely do a reverse weight shift. And I know there's people out there telling you to keep your head still. That does not mean perfectly still. A still head is just a head that's not moving all over the place. All right, we're gonna allow our head to move a little bit, let's say 3 to 5 inches, as we get to the top of our backswing. So what I would be doing is looking right here, okay? See where my hand is, right there. You could make a mark. So actually I'll do that and then I'll come back. It might move a little bit. So I'm gonna put a mark right there, okay? So you can see I've got a mark, well, hopefully you can see it right there. I put a mark there. So now I am literally looking right here, okay, right there at the side of my head. What I'm gonna do, I'll just do it with my hand first. I'm gonna coil back and then I'm gonna load the weight. And you can see my head moves a little bit off of that mark as I hit the top of my backswing. Now right here, I'm kind of bouncing on my back instep heel. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to coil and load. In the coiling process, your head moves that little bit. All right, so here I am. I got my 7-iron here. So as I go into the backswing, my head moves, see? Right there. Now I align it to this mark again, and then I do it again. You can see that's maybe 2-3 inches. Okay, so right here. So I just keep doing that. I can watch my head move, and then I'll be able to feel that weight load onto my back leg, and I'm trying to memorize that feeling. Okay, so here I am with driver, same thing. So I'm literally looking right here. There's a little mark I've put in the ground right there. Okay, maybe there's a broken T there, a twig, a leaf, whatever. So you're gonna align your head and then you look at that. Okay, so now with driver, same thing. You can see my head moves a little bit. When I do that, I now feel the weight 80% loaded into my back instep heel. Okay, so I just keep doing that. I get the feeling. Okay, feels a little weird at first. If you've been someone that does this, that's gonna be a huge problem. And that's why we wanna be looking at this mark here. If you do that, you're gonna see that your head is moving forward as you go back. And that is going to cause you to do a reverse weight shift. You do that and we are not gonna get the power we want in our golf swing. So you look right here, let the head come away from it a little bit, then you'll feel the weight load about 80% into the back instep heel. All right, so you see how in order to load the weight properly, I was coiling, but my head was moving a little bit to allow me to go from a position with my head between my 2 feet to a coiled up, loaded position into my back foot. Now, when I started the downswing, you know, I wasn't just turning, I wasn't just shifting, it's a shift and a turn. So I'm going to get into my forward leg as I'm turning to, you know, start that downswing. And that would be very much like if you were gonna throw a ball, let's say, you would just do that automatically. Or even if you were underhanding it, you wouldn't just go like this, you know? You wouldn't, you know, spin out. It's a shift and a turn, but it's not, you know, a complete shift. It's not a complete turn. It's both at the same time. So if you ever had to get that feeling, you know, just throw a few balls. You can throw them underhand, you can throw them overhand. It's a turn and a shift that basically everyone has done before if they've ever thrown a ball in their life. All right, so that's what I'm getting at. You get that feeling in your mind, okay? By watching the shadow. Okay, so let's say I've just gone like this. I've done a bunch of backswing or practice swings. I've got the feeling. Then I turn and obviously apply it to my shot. All right, and that's what it's about. It's just about doing it, repeating it over and over and over again. But we want to repeat the proper move over and over again. If you lose the feeling, turn and face the shadow. Get the feeling back and then apply it again. Okay, this isn't just do it, you know, once and then hit a whole bucket of balls. You got to keep checking it. So you just keep turning over and over and over. You can do that out here at the range. You can do that in your backyard. And you can even be doing it while you play, if it's a sunny day, of course. Okay, you get that, you'll hit the ball longer and straighter than ever. I truly hope you've enjoyed this tip. You know, I've been teaching a powerful, effortless, pain-free golf swing now since 1991. If you'd like to learn this type of swing, then head on over to bodyswing.com/free samples, click the link up here or in the description below, and I'll send you some free samples of my Body Swing book and video series that take you step by step by step through how to build a powerful, effortless, pain-free golf swing. So once again, head on over to bodyswing.com/free samples, click the link up here or in the description below, and I'll send you the free samples right away.